Hello everyone, very good morning to all. Thanks for joining. So let us start our session. So in our yesterday's session, we have seen how to handle flat file, how to read the data from a flat file and load the data into a flat file. So we have seen fixed with flat file and a delimiter flat file, and we do have a file list, right? We have the indirect file loading in Informatica. Same thing we have seen. I have given some exercises. So I have received a few of them who completed that exercise and they have shared the result. So try to complete this exercise. So take this table and then load it. And this customer table, yeah, you create a fixed with table and then you can load the data into the table. So here we have the fixed with data here, and then you have to load this data into table. So do practice on daily basis. And here we have a lot of data. Yeah, few of them completed and shared that result also. So those who haven't completed, please complete. And I have given the date format here in this way. Okay, so here if it is there in this format, so you can able to complete it. Okay, so please complete it and send it to me, or you practice it. Here the delimiter is the pipe delimited file. You have to define it's a pipe delimited file in the Informatica, then you have to read. So this is normal only, but if you do more practices on IACS, yeah, definitely you will get to know all the concept very clearly. If you're getting error, so try to solve that error. Then definitely you can able to get very clear idea. So those who haven't completed, please try to complete. If you are working busy with your day-to-day activities, please try to complete by this weekend. Okay. Okay. So now we will take the data from the source table. We will take RDBMS table and load the data into a flat file. How to read the data from RDBMS table or any sources, and how to create a flat file here. So this one we will see now. So through IACS, how to read it. So for this, I'm going to take the HR schema, the table. So while connecting the HR schema, check whether what is the connection here. What is the connection you are using? If it is 11G or 21C, whatever it may be. If it is 11G, then you have to use XE, Express Edition. If it is 18C or 21C, you have to use XCP DB1. So this one you have to be very clear. If you are getting any specific error, so check that error and then try to solve it. Okay. So now we will take this data. We'll take so I will log into the system. So here we will take the data from this table, create a flat file. So how to create a flat file in Target, okay, or anywhere. So we will read the data from this file. We will read the data from this table and then load the data into a table, flat file, okay. Table to flat file. So here we will take RDBMS table. It's a employees table. And then here we will create a flat file. Okay, so target flat file, employees one .csv or whatever the format we want, we can load the data into this table. So just we can take this one. And this is what the table to flat file just we are going to do. After that, I will show you the AWS connection. Okay, so how to read the data from a different cloud connectivity. We can load the data to AWS also. So I'll go here. I will check whether the integration service both secured. The secured agent is running. Yeah, it's up and running. Then go to integration, data integration. We'll create a simple mapping. So I'll go to new. So here I can go to mapping, create a mapping here. So you can check here the location, the project and the folder. Then you can take the mapping. So M underscore, so target underscore, flat file underscore, so employees, okay, employees. So this one we are taking target flat file we are going to create. So click on source here, then open this, maximize this window, then go to source, just connect with source table, then go to this one. Yeah, so take this employees table, and we are not doing anything here. Then go to the partitions, the field. In the field, you can check it. So since it is a table, so you'll have all the field here, right? So we have the decimal, string, all this, we have the data type correctly. Then go to target. So this time we will create a file. Okay, normally how we will do in our Informatica Power Center the same way. Here you can go to the target. So you can create a target connection. So you can create here itself, okay, or here itself. So whatever the file you want. Say for an example, here I'm loading the data into this folder, IACS TGT file. So I'll go here. So IACS TGT file. So here I'm just creating the file. Here I'm just creating the file, right? It is a single object. So you can provide the name. So you can select here the object name. So normally this object name is, we are creating the object name. So you can choose this option, create new at runtime. So what is the file name? So we want to have the file name. Yes, we can make the file name T underscore employees underscore. It's a file, right? T underscore FF underscore employees dot CSV file. I need the CSV file. Just I can give the name. Can click on OK. Then go to field mapping. So for this field mapping, you will not have any field mapping. No need to do anything. So runtime, it will create a field mapping. It will load the data. Since we are creating target file dynamically, then it will create automatically. See, based on this incoming field. See here. So this is connection. This is target type and object name. So you want CSV file delimited? Yes. I want comma separator value file? Yes. So any other delimiter you have to give here. And field labels, import from row number 1. You need double quotes? Yes, if you do not want, you can mention that text qualifier as none. You can click here. Then you can go for the target field. So all this you can check it. So click here, you can save this. Just we are creating one flat file, that's all. So you can run it. You can see you can run it here. Yeah. So if you have any questions, yeah, you raise hands. I will unmute. You can ask the questions.
So have you given this connection, sir, in that particular folder for storing the flat file?
Okay, so the connection I have already created. If you want to create a new connection, okay, just go here, target. Normally we will create a connection, right? See a target.
Yes.
You can create a new connection. Okay, this is a flat file. Just to create new connection. So connection name you can give. So target flat file. Just I'm giving on connection name. Target flat file. Then which is the connection type here? It is a flat file. So if you are going to load the data into SFTP, then you have to provide SFTP connection here. Then all the SFTP details you have to give. Since here we are using only flat file, choose flat file. The environment we have to choose this environment. Directory we have to give date and time format and code page. That's all. You create one connection. So how we have created the connection for source? Same way you have to create a connection. See here, today it has loaded one particular, it has created one new file, right? So you can open and edit with Notepad. You can see here, one file has been created. So date and time format. So all this you are seeing the date and time format, but here it is showing that DD YYY and then 00. So why? Because we are not getting any timestamp. That's why we are getting 00 here. So you are getting this way. And you can see this, the salary and everything, decimal point. So you're seeing the decimal point, right? 2 decimal point. So that means we have given 2 decimal point in the source. If you go here, you can see this salary and you can see here the salary. You are seeing the 2 decimal point, right? So decimal 8,2, commission percentage 2,2. So this is what you are seeing, manager ID, all this. So based on this, it is creating the target. Okay, you can see here the target has been created in this way. So we can format using SQL query for date and time. Okay, if you want a date and time format, so you can give the time format. If you want, you can write expression transformation here. You can do. So yesterday I have given one sample file, right? If you are not able to read the data from the file, just read it like expression. Okay, so read it like a varchar data type. Then here you can use expression transformation, convert this into a date and time, you can do it. Okay. So, but here, if I want to format it, if I'm going to one more time, if I'm going to run, what will happen? So even in the Informatica also, if I'm going to run one more time, what will happen? So now the timestamp is 9:40. Informatica will run and then it will overwrite the file. See here 9:43. So it will contain, it will overwrite the file. See here, it has overwritten the file. So same 107 record is available. It has overwritten the file. But if I want to create a new file, every time create a new file, yes, you can create a new file here. You can go to, you can go to new file here. In the target, you can choose, so whatever you want. Okay, since it is a file, you will not see these operations. Then you can choose this one options. You want fixed with file? Yes, we have to provide all the length, comma separated, tab separated, special characters, field labels, all this. But here you can give the file name. You can give the file name dynamically. So how can I give the file name dynamically? So you can use dynamic file name. So if you use the dynamic file name, you can see this. You can create a file name here. Just you can mention that. Okay, so every time the new file should be created, T underscore flat file underscore employees. Okay, so this way. Then I need the timestamp here. So put here and timestamp concatenation. I need the timestamp here. So can we use 2char? Yes, you can use 2 underscore char of. So we can use sysdate Yes, you can use sysdate, single quotes, DD, YYY format, right? So YYY format, HH 24 hours. So minutes. If you want seconds, seconds also you can mention. So seconds, close it, and concatenation dot CSV. Okay, if you look at here, just you can give this way. So this is hard-coded value. This one hard-coded value, and this one I'm just giving that whatever that timestamp, current timestamp, and then dot CSV I'm making. Okay, dot CSV. I can validate here. So validate. It should be expression should be validate. So whatever the way you want the file name, you can use it. Once changed, click on yes, then save this, then run it. Now it will create a new file. Every time the dynamically file will be created. You can see here it's running. So no need to create any connection every time. Just one time we have to create a connection. Okay. See here, file has been created T underscore FF underscore employees. So this is month, date, year, and hours, all this, right? Dot CSV file. So you can open it. You can see the data. This is the way. Okay. So if you look at here, every time no need to create a connection. So you can go here. So only one time you will create a connection. If you go to the administrator page, if you go to the administrator page, in the administrator, you will have a connection, right? You'll have a connection. See here, you'll have a connection. So one time you have to create a connection. To show you that connection, I have created multiple times. So you create only one time wherever you want to create a file. Okay. So if I'm going to run one more time, same mapping, it will create a new file. It will not overwrite the file. So I'm just one more time, I'm going to run it. See, now it will create a new file here. So here new file has been created. So you can see this, right? So this is what every time, if you want, you can create a new file. Okay, so this is what you will go for the file. So this is target flat file we are creating. So target flat file we are creating. So next one we will see that. So how to create. Okay, so we do have different options. I will tell you. Okay, the target, if you are choosing. Sorry, just a second. Okay, if you have a question, you can raise hands and then ask. Okay, no issues. I got one question. If you want to hold previous data plus new data in target file, how to do it? Okay, so in Power Center, we have one option called append if exist, right? So if I have the file, already we have the file here. In this file, I have to append the data. Already how much? 10 KB, right? So I have to append the data in the same file. So how can I do it? If you click on the target here, and go to this option target, you can see this target, right? All these options. If you go a little bit down, you can find advanced option. So in advanced option, you can see this 1000 separator. Yes, if you want to give 1000 separator, you can give decimal separator. Yes, if you want to give, you can give append if exist. So this option you have to give, but this option will work only with static file. Dynamic file, it will not work. So why? Because dynamic file, every time you are creating new file, right? So if you want to create dynamic file, then this option will not work. Okay, it will fail. So if you are giving that append if exist, remove the dynamic file name. Okay, so remove the dynamic file name. You have to provide the same file name, static file name. Okay, so you have to provide static file name here, .csv. So why we are giving static file name? So we are making append if exist. If the file is available, then we are appending it, right? So that's what. So for this, we have to use, so click the connections. See here, we have to make append if exist. So this options, okay, so we'll do it. Since we have already created. So we will rename the existing file from here. Since that is available, dynamically it will check. So in IACS, it will dynamically, it will check. That's why it is not taking. Then here it is taking. Then you can go here. You can make append if exist. Okay. So just I'm going to run it. So you want any header command you have to give, all this you can provide. So command option on all, I will tell you after some time. Okay. Some command we will write. So save this and just run it. So append the data if the file is already available. So it will create, this time it will create a file. Next time it will create one more time. Very first time only. See, the file has been created, right? So how many data are 10 KB file? So one more time, if I'm going to run, it should have 20 KB file, right? So I'm going to restart it, run. You can see this, it will increase. File size will increase the same way. The 953 time also changed. So you can double click. You can see whether the data has been repeated one more time. You can see here the same data has been repeated one more time, right? So append, so every time on the same file itself, you have to load the data. So then you can choose append if exist. Append if exist option will work only with static file, not dynamic file. So dynamic file means every time we are creating a new file. So that option is opposite, right? That's why. Clear how to create a dynamic file in Target?
So no need of creating all the time that session and task queue here in IACS. Normally we used to do like in Power Center.
Yes, we can create, but in IACS, without creating a task also, we can run it. Okay, so if I want to create a task.
Normally in this real time, are we going to create the task and task flow, or else directly we are going to
in real time project, we will create a task. Okay, so for this, we'll create a task and task flow also. So why? Because it has some variable, right? Memory variable, parameter connection, all this we have to use. And the stop on errors, all this we have to use. That will use the task. So just for here running, I'm not using this. So if I want to create task for this, you can go to new, you can go to task. So create one task, mapping task. Okay. So mapping task, choose this one and choose the mapping task is empty underscore
Empty.
target underscore flat file underscore employees.
Because now we used to do in Power Center regularly, not task, session and workflow.
Yeah, I have already explained this, right?
Yeah.
So previously I have explained,
Yeah.
we have to create this one task, mapping task. Okay, so you have to use this one and this option I will tell you later, and then click on finish. Then run it. Same thing. Okay, so it will run here. You can find this is the mapping task. It's starting, then it will run. Okay, so it has completed. So you can see this, the data now 28 KB. So 3 times it has loaded. So one more time you can run the task. So in the task only you'll be having all the stop on errors, all these options. Okay, mapping we have to have. But as I told previously, if you have any caching, okay, caching values, parameters and values, everything, then you have to use task. Okay, so this is what the target connection. So any doubts here? So up to source flat file, target flat file, table to table, any doubts? So if you have any, yeah, okay. So if you have any AWS connection, okay, AWS connection or AWS account, so use that account to read the data from that AWS and load it into this one table, okay, table or flat file or anything. So that just we can load it, or table to AWS we can do. So how to do it? Yes, what is the doubt?
Yeah, hi Chandra.
Hmm?
Like, can we create table dynamically as we are creating a flat file?
Yeah, if you want to create it, we have to write some SQL queries. So by using SQL transformation here, so we have to create that one dynamically. We have to use the transformation or the stored procedure we have to call in the target side.
Okay, we cannot use that runtime creation option in target level, right?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, okay, thanks, Chandra. And for example, if we are going to add any additional column, like if there is a change in structure of the table, it will reflect automatically, right?
Yeah,
Like
here
for
we have to
example,
refresh it. One more time, you have to refresh it, deploy the code.
okay. Yeah, got it, Chandra. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So how to read the data from Excel file? Okay. So here, if I have Excel file, okay, first I will show you that AWS, then I will go to Excel file. Okay. See here, if you have the AWS, the account, okay. So AWS account, sign in. I will sign in. So you can create AWS connection, but you have to be very careful. So why? Because you will give your credit card information. If you are creating any paid services unknowingly, they will charge. Okay, so they will charge definitely. So if you have any environment in your real-time project, then use it. So one of my previous batch student, I informed already, but he has created so Amazon Redshift, okay, instance for all the regions globally. It's a paid regions he has created, and they charged around 21,000 in single day. Okay, just for 1 hour something they have charged it, but very careful. Okay, so by using this, so just I'm creating this. If you go to this S3, right? So S3 bucket, we will store normally the data. So we will read the data, we will write the data. So you can go to this. So you can create multiple buckets here, then make it multiple folder here. So any folders, see here, if you have the file here, so we can read the data from this file and then we can load it into a table, or we can upload the data into this file here. So just we can create it and upload the file here. So how to do this? So just for this, we'll have the connection. So this is the S3, and in S3 we'll have all the connection details. So you have to use the connection details. Then we have to use 1 minute. So for this, you need to have the secret key and access code. So that we have to take it. If you are going to the real-time project, they will provide the connection details. But here we have to create the connection details. So here just I have used the Amazon S3. So here you can create a number of buckets here. Okay, so you can create a bucket. So just click on buckets here, use the regions, okay, whichever is not charging. Okay, so don't make that chargeable one. So just you can use non-chargeable one bucket and then create a new bucket and then load it. So if you see here, you'll be having the access key. Okay. S3, for that S3 they won't charge. For S3 they won't charge. Yeah, that's what you have to use. Free one. They'll be providing for some threshold values. Up to this much you can use it. Okay, you can check it in online. So based on that you have to use it. Okay, so don't go for more on that. Okay, so you can go to this account, and then account I will show you. So just a second, this access key and security key are very important, very sensitive. So I will go to the IAM user. Just a second, I will show you that key. So if you go to this IAM, okay, so here, so in this IAM, you can create users, you can create roles and everything. So just I have created one user. So for this one user, so you can find the credentials. Okay, so just a second, I will hide the credentials. So with this credential, we have to connect it. So we have some credentials here. So if you look at here we have some credentials, right? So with this credentials, we have to create it. Okay, so you have to have the access key and you will have one security key. So that key we have to provide. So how can I provide? So go to the connections administrator. I will show you the other connectors, okay? Non-chargeable connectors in our next session so that you can use it. But here you can go to connections So you remember already we have added that S3 connections here. So just you can use S3 and you can see this connection should be added. So already we have added here. So Amazon S3 connectors, it should be available in the new connections. So just you can create so S3 connections, okay? Then you can provide the connection type and runtime environment. So which environment we are using. And the access key and secret key. These two are very, very important. And folder path, yes, we can use that folder path, but these two are very, very important. In real-time project, the connection, they will create it in production, but for dev, if you are giving the connection, then you can create it. Otherwise, they should have already created it. So you can use it. So you have some access key, right? So for this access key, you will have security key. So you can go to this particular key. So inside you can find the key values, okay? So just I'm taking that key. So I'm not, since it is very secure, then I'm not showing this. So I will deactivate the existing one. I have deleted one key. So I will create one more key, no issues. So I will create a new access key. Okay, so this is the access key and the secret key. It will show you. So I will take this access key here from S3. So I will use this access key here, then secret key. So this secret key I have to take. So I will take this secret key, copy. Okay, so and I will paste it here. Just simply you have to use it. Okay, then you can go to the folder path. So you can mention this path. Today just I have created one. Okay, then folder path. So where is the folder path? So S3 path. Just you can create a path. So this one inside here, I have to read the data. So copy S3, then go here. So URL, you can make it. So just simply you can make this way. No need to mention all this. So bucket name and folder name. That's all. That's enough. So now we will test it. So this IACS is trying to connect AWS and then it has created the connection. See here, the test for this connection is successful. So you have to provide this one. Otherwise it will not connect. Clear? So if you want to create account in AWS, just create one trial account with your responsibility. Okay. So go to services, you type S3 here. So in the services, so you'll get S3, then create the bucket. You can create the bucket, and for this bucket you have to provide the access. If you go to the permissions and everything, right? So for this permission, you have to give all the permissions. Okay, so just I'm just giving all the permissions, then anyone can read it. Then you have to go to I am user, and here you have to create one user, and so one user and one role, at least one role you have to create. So for this user you have to provide so all the permissions. So all the permission you have to give. So but real time it will be very secured. but here I'm giving all the permissions, all this. So everything I'm giving, I'm permitting. And with that, I'm just connecting it. So this is the one I have given. So today, whatever I have created this one, right? That this is the one I have given. So with the secret key. Clear? So now I'm going to read the data from this S3 into a table. So into this table, I'm going to load it. So this table, I'm going to load it. Truncate table name T_employees. You can see here. It's very simple only. So only thing is how we will use the same way. So in real-time project, if you go to this AWS Access, right? So if you go to this, no need to do all this. Just you will go to this access, then you'll be having the roles. So based on that regions, you'll be based on your roles, you will be choosing the regions. And based on the connection details, you have to provide access key and security key. Based on that, you have to create a connection here. But sometimes already the connection will be created. Just you have to use the connection, that's all. So just to save this, go to data integration. So if you want, you can add the file from here. So if you do not want the file here, right? So if you do not want the file, so just go inside the bucket. So here we can create a number of folders. If you do not want any file, just choose the file and we can delete the file also. In dev, you will have access. So here you have to confirm deletion, type permanently delete. So this one we have to type here and then delete object. So it has been deleted. So nothing is there. So once deleted, I will go inside, then I will upload new file. Just upload here, add files. So I need the files here, right? Then I'll go to SRC files. Just I want to take the file from here. I can take the file from here, upload. Just I have uploaded one file. So you can see here one file today I have uploaded, right? So this file I have to read the data. So what is there in the file? SRC files. Okay, it's a comma separated value file, right? So we can take this file itself. So you can use the same way. Same way you can use it. Here I'm just taking this file. Okay, I'll upload the file one more time. So it has been uploaded. So from this, I have to take the data. Go to IACS and create a new one. Okay. New mapping here, create source. We have to take the source. So I can take source from that file. So you can choose the connection here. S3 connection, right? And this one we have created today. Single object, yes. We can choose it now. Left hand side, you can see here the bucket name. So then folder name. You can find one single file, right? So one single file. So connection type is Amazon S3. So just click on OK. Then you want to preview the data. You can click here. So you can just preview the data. Okay, so here, see some okay, so the data is showing, no issues. The field name it's showing. Okay, so you can see this value. Then you'll not have any query options. You will not have. So here source type is file. So if you want, you can mention here. So all this. So encryption, you want to have encryption, all this. If you, since it is S3, if you want to do encryption, you can use it. Go to the field. Okay, so here we have the data, and so this is the, okay, so I think the file is not correctly loaded. This is the data. So this much we have on file name. Yeah. And then we'll go to this one, targets. Yeah, once you have chosen the file, right, we have to give the file format. So this one I haven't give. So just to give the file format. Based on the file format, we have to give the delimiter on this. See here, if you choose the file format, right, so you'll get the formatting options. So it's a delimited file. So delimiter is comma and escape characters, qualifier, all this. So just first data from row number 2. So header line number, one single line, and then all this option you can able to see. So you want to preview the data, so you can preview the data now. The other file, okay, Avro file or JSON file or XML file, that I will show you later. So just you can take the file. So click on OK. So here you have to provide the file format. Okay, then go here, target. Choose the target here. So if you want truncate and target table options, go to field mapping. So you can do auto map, smart map. So all the mapping will be automatically taken. So click save. As of now, if you see here, there is no data. I'm going to run it. So as of now, I'm just running the mapping. I'm not creating any mapping task. My jobs. It's running now. Since from AWS it is reading, it is taking more time. Yeah, if the format is errored out, date format it's errored out, then we'll use expression. Yeah, yes, it will fail, right, based on the date. See here, date format. So we have to mention the date format in the source connection itself. So what is the format here? It's a dd-mm-yyyy. Okay, go and define the format. So here itself, so edit connections. Yeah, here we do not have any, in the connection, we do not have any format since it is a S3 bucket, right? We can handle it in expression. So if you go to the expression, so we have to handle it in here only. Or in the source file connection. So see here, I will go to data integration. I'll rename it. So open the file, go to field. So here everything is like a string format here, right? So you will define the format now. So this is native data type. Okay, from the flat file. Then this is our Informatica data type. Okay. So here I will give date and time. Okay. Yeah. So date and time is not taking from here. Okay. We will handle it in expression. So just you have to mention all the data type. So here you can provide decimal 4. Just click on save. So since it is from taking from S3, right? So it is taking this much time.
Chandra, here in the native data type, why didn't you take as a flat number or in the place of decimal?
Yeah, decimal, if you want decimal point, it will, if you have any decimal point, it will take. Number means it will take whole number only.
Once can you go to the fields of the source?
Okay.
Okay, when we have edited this for the need to data type, it is showing as a flat string and flat data type, date and time, right?
Yeah.
So for the decimal things, why we are not changing the flat string as a flat number?
Yeah, this
For
flat
them.
file, just we are reading like a string, that's all.
Oh, okay.
The flat file, right?
To change for the NATO type as
So this
similar
flat
as
file, just we are reading like a string. So after that in Informatica, just we are converting, okay, this is a number.
okay, yeah.
Okay, so if you are feeling that, okay, more number of characters are there, just we can change it. Okay, just we have defined, just we'll run it. If it is not loading with the correct data type, then we will change it in the expression transformation. We have to handle it in expression only. It's running, we'll see. Okay, so rows didn't processed. So because of this higher date column. So if you take the higher date, right? So higher date coming like this format, and the target is date and time, that's not able to read it, not able to convert. So in this case, we will use the expression. So here we will use expression. So if you do not know the expression, just I will tell after some time. Okay. So if you are very new to this expression, I will tell you later. So just I'm converting the higher date column. Okay. In this format. So just I'm going to take. So for this field, to underscore date of the higher date, comma. So what is the format? It's mm-dd-yy format. Okay, higher date column. Okay, data type, it's showing that. Invalid operand data type. Wait, showing this way. Okay, source. 1 minute, sorry. Here, incoming field, the data type, you will check it. Date and time only. Yeah, 1 minute, sorry. So we can read directly, I will tell you. So this one, so just this field higher date, right? It's in 2_date. So if you are using the 2char, then it should be, since I'm using the 2date, right? It should be like a string column only. Just you can save. And we will run it now. Okay, sorry. 1 minute, we have to do the field mapping. Go to target. Field mapping, just I will remove this field. Take the higher date, then save, then run it. It should load now. Yeah, from the source, yeah, if you have any date and data type, right? So date and time, so always it will some challenging only. But here, yeah, since we are taking from the one, it's has taken all the data type as string. After that, we have converted into a date and time. Now it has loaded. So if you go and check here, so from S3, it has loaded the data. So you can do, if you want, you can do order by, you can see this. So while this data only loaded. We have some data is like maybe mm. Yeah, I have given wrong format. It's a dd-mm-yy format. So that's why it has loaded. Since you have created a stop on errors, right? So you'll have all this. So dd-mm-yy this format. Data is coming in this format. So just to use this format, yeah, we have to check the format correctly. Yesterday I sent one file format, right? So you should have faced this type of error. Since it is taking from S3, it's taking this much time. So if you go inside, yeah, it has loaded now, all the data. So always you have to verify. See, it has taken the data now. Okay. So if you look at here, so just I have taken the data from this S3 bucket and we have loaded. So if you see here, we have loaded the file here. First, initially we have loaded. So we read the data from S3 and loaded into a RDBMS table. So you can do the reverse order also. You can read the data from table and load it as a file in this one. Okay, so if you go here, the target, you can choose like a file. Yeah, so that one we will take it in the next session. Okay, so if you go to the target here, you can choose instead of this one, you can choose the same connection, same S3 connections. So here you have to use a single object. So read the data from the table and load it into this file. So that also is fine only. Okay, so you can choose this. Create at runtime, same way. You have to provide the object name, it will load the file. Okay, so this one we will take it tomorrow. This one an Excel file and JSON file, other file format, we will take it tomorrow. Okay, but if you want to create S3, so create it. Just you can Google it how to create S3, but it will ask your credit card. So make sure that you have to provide the correct. You are the responsible for this. So I will not suggest you. So because if you are wrongly using, then they will charge you. Okay. So even if you are going to check in the net also, they will say this one only. So any services you can use. You can use S3. You can use Redshift. You can use any RDS. Okay. So any services you can use. So this is data warehouse. This Amazon Redshift, right? This is one of the data warehouse. So this one only they have created. They were charging for this. So but while using, carefully use it. Okay. So we have. So if you want to query the data lake, then you can use Athena. So like this, we have RDS relational database services we can create. So like we have so many services, right? So whatever the services you want, you can create and then you can use it. But while you are creating, so create very carefully. Okay. So just to try this option. If somebody asks how to read the data, and yeah, GCP connection I will show you. But this one, GCP, they will not charge, but this one they will charge. That's why I'm not telling how to create the AWS connection. Okay, just to check. If you want to explore AWS, just to check in Google, and then you can create one S3 bucket alone, read the data, load the data. So how to load the data into S3, I will tell you tomorrow. Okay, but this is what we have to do. So GCP, I will tell you that BigQuery and all. So BigQuery we can create. I will tell you the Snowflake connections, Salesforce connection, and GCP connection. Okay. These three connections you will see. So all the connections are same only. See, if I'm going to write the data into this S3, is that differently we are saying? No, just we have selected here, right? Only thing is connection will vary. That's all. The concept is same. Okay. I will send this recording. So yesterday's session exercise and today's session. So just to practice it. Tomorrow I will give you the Excel sheet exercises, Excel sheet, JSON file, other files I will give you. So up to now you are able to understand.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think. Yeah, yes, Nitin, you have questions?
Yes, all good. So I was just wondering, like in AWS, RDS, Redshift, and like S3 is just a storage. So like for RDS and Redshift, they are charging. Like in GCP, you were saying it's free, right? So in GCP also, we might be having these services like RDS, I mean data warehousing and relational database concepts also. I mean sort of services in the GCP also there.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, all the services are available. I will show you. Okay. So not all the services. So at least one or two we'll see. But the thing is, you will be loading the data into that target itself, or reading the data from there.
Yeah, that is, we are just using it as storage, like for
Yes.
G Drive or OneDrive.
Correct.
Okay, so
Okay,
GCP
I will
be
show you.
covered tomorrow.
Yeah, I will
Okay.
show you.
Sure. Okay, sir. Sure.
Yeah, previous batches I used to tell how to create S3 connection and everything, but since they were had some bad experiences, I am not suggesting now. So that's why. Okay. So you have to take care that S3 connections, AWS account details. So if you need any help on AWS account or anything, so you contact me, I will tell you, but responsibility is yours. Okay, so I will stop here, rest we will take it tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you. I will send the recordings.